Yep, Roostertail's winning. Jeez Louise, look at the red stripe on this thing. Holy cripes. Holy cripes, that was insanity. Ate it underneath the motor. Oh, hold on, I gotta do this real quick before this happens again. Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's Addicted Fishing versus Challenge in between my two favorite lures in the world. Last week's dominant performance from the Kastmaster holds its reign as champion, so we're keeping this one on the line, but what we're switching the other rod out with today is the other best lure in the world in my opinion, and that's a Roostertail. I'm very anxious to see how today's competition goes. Let's get started. Last week's competitor, the little Cleo, got absolutely spanked out here on the water. So I'm going with the Roostertail today. What I'm gonna do to make this a little bit different, I'm gonna give the Roostertail a little bit of an advantage because the Kastmaster dominated so much. I wanna see how good it really is. The way I'm gonna set the Roostertail up today is with a 3/8 ounce lead. After my lead goes on, I'm gonna add a little bead to block my knot, make sure it doesn't damage it. Barrel swivel. And then about a 3-foot leader of 8-pound test. Now, if we're picking out my spinner color, I'm not going to match the same color as my Kastmaster again because we're going into the championship rounds here. I'm going to look into my box. I'm going to see which one really looks good today. Now, honestly, the old creamsicle is screaming at me. What do you guys think? This is my favorite way to actually pick out a color of any sort of lure when I'm out on the lake fishing. I basically look into the box, I see which one is radiating with the most light and is actually the showiest in my box, and that one by far with the gray skies and dirty water looks like it's going to work. Let's get it tied on. And now the reason I added that barrel swivel in between is because as we're trolling around today, we're going to keep trolling in this competition because it allows us to keep fishing constantly. I don't have to put down each rod, I don't have to keep casting and trying to switch it up, but I put that barrel swivel in there so that as that spinner blade spins, it doesn't twist up my line and ultimately ruin my spool of 10-pound test in my braid. So we're ready to go. Let's get this competition underway. Okay, deploying Roostertail. That looks good. And in goes Kastmaster. The champion. Champion. Yeah, we're good. Champion is in. Here it goes. Yeah, tail walker. Yeah, everyone's naming them. So the time is 11:30, right where we left you guys off in the last episode. So I'm gonna give this till noon. My prediction on this one is that the Kastmaster is going to keep winning. I hate to say that, but the way that this thing's been catching fish all day, that last competition was 7-1. If you didn't see that last video, go back into the log of videos. It was last week. It was a versus challenge. So go back into the log and check that one out. Caught some insane fish. But who knows what's going to happen today. I love myself a Roostertail. I find a lot of times Roostertails tend to work a little bit better in moving water. But everyone has their opinion, and today could prove us wrong. We got one. Oh, Kastmaster continues to dominate. Well, that's number one. Number one for the Kastmaster, the continuing of the domination. Kastmaster 1, Roostertail 0. This dominant reign over the Trout Lake. Well, everything's kosher on the old Roostertail. It's all set up right, nothing's twisted. The Kastmaster's just better. Well, Kastmaster 1, Rooster Tail 0. I don't know, I think Kastmaster just has the mojo right now. This thing has absolutely dominated the competition. We're only about 8-9 minutes into this competition, but still, I'm not. Oh, I got another one on. Another one on Kastmaster. 2 bites to 0 now. 2 bites to 0. That is just crazy how much that thing is working today. Oh, I think there's one all in just swimming with it. Yep, definitely. Maybe. I don't know. Something weird's going on. Let's see. We're looking good. Send it. Oh, baby. Yeah, yeah. My sweet baby. I want your one. Come on now. It's getting chilly. I want. Oh, oh, oh! Roostertail's got one! Roostertail's got one! Roostertail's got one! Calling Marlin for the buddy bite. Calling my man Marlin for the buddy bite. Okay. Alright, bye Marlin. Oh, we got a double! We got a freaking double! Oh my god! Okay, we got Roostertail 1. Roostertail 1. We got number 3 or 4, I don't know, on the other rod. Is he still there? Nope, he's gone. Woohoo! Doubled up, and the competition continues. We got Roostertail 1. We got Kastmaster, I think 4 now. Kastmaster still champ. Way to go, Roostertail. Way to get one for all them Roostertail fans out there. Couldn't have done it without you. Okay, back in. Found ourselves a little pot of fish there. Too bad we don't got a fly to cast at him. That might be our next competition. I wonder how a dodger and a woolly bugger would do. Kastmaster just got hit again. That was a big one. That was a big one. Giant one under the boat. Giant one under the boat. Literally, guys, I reeled in the Roostertail. I dropped the thing in the water to reel the other rod in. And look at what we have on right here. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh God, yep, Roostertail's winning. Jeez Louise, look at the red stripe on this thing. Holy cripes. Holy cripes, that was insanity. Ate it underneath the motor. Oh, hold on, I gotta do this real quick before this happens again. Okay. Oh my God, you guys, look at this fish. Last freaking moment. Roostertail, second fish of the day. Now look at this thing. What a specimen of a trout. Look at how cool this looks. What a beast of a fish. Wow. Wow. That's a beauty. I'm gonna let him get going. Beautiful colors on him. Couldn't ask for a better fish to get the Roostertail. It's second fish of the day. See you later, buddy. Oh, that was absolutely crazy. I reeled in to turn around. I brought myself all the way back in here. Reeled in to turn around. I set that rod in front and I thought I got it stuck in the motor. And I looked over and that thing was on there. Wow, unexpected. Well, Kastmaster is still dominating, but the bite has really kind of died off on the trolling. So I'm gonna switch things up here. We got 10 minutes left. That means I'm gonna give 5 minutes per lure and I'm gonna stand up here where I've caught the most fish and start casting. Let's make the change. eel. Just because I'm a fan of the rooster tail and I love my Yakima bait, I'm gonna give the rooster tail a fair fighting chance. I'm gonna start with it first. That way if there's any super aggressive biting fish nearby here, it has a chance to catch up, because I'm that nice of a guy. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay, so the method I'm gonna fish this, especially if I'm sitting in the middle of the lake like this, I'm gonna do a clockwise circumference around my entire boat. Mainly because I don't want to just sit there and cast in one direction. A lot of times, unless you see the fish, it's not a very effective way to be targeting the water that you have in front of you. So I'm gonna start right here, and with each cast, I'm gonna cast about 20 to 30 feet over each time until I've completely surrounded my boat, and then it's on to the Kastmaster. Ooh, we're down there. We're down there. Oh, that was a bite. Now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the difference in how you fish a rooster tail compared to a Kastmaster. So the rooster tail, especially with that 3/8 ounce sled, I'm going to let that thing sink to the bottom, and I'm going to do a slow retrieve, not too much action. Maybe ever so often I'm going to give it just a little tip whip to make that thing do a little dive and fall. And that way I'm giving that thing a little extra action as it comes back to me. But a lot of times you just want that blade spinning. You want that little flashy French blade just kind of putting off a little disturbance, getting those fish's attention, but not having it go up and down too much. It's going to be more of a straight retrieve back to us. Well, that 5 minutes is up. Sorry, Mr. Rooster Tail. It's Kastmaster's turn. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you guys a couple different little tricks that I use with these Kastmasters. The beauty of them is there's a few different ways to fish them. That straight troll that we were doing earlier works really, really well, and that regards to the same as if you're just reeling that thing straight in from the bank. But one thing I like to do a lot with these things is like a twitching motion. So I'm gonna let that thing sink to the bottom. It's probably about 15-20 feet here. And as I reel back in, I'm gonna give this thing tiny little jigs, lifting the rod tip about 3 feet, 4 feet with each jig, and slowly reeling it back. What that's doing is that's giving that thing like a spoon or a jig spoon. What that's doing is giving that thing like a jig spoon frequency, where it's going up and it's slowly falling down to the bottom with like a little wiggling action to it. And what that really kind of shows is like a dying bait fish. So it looks like a fish that had been hit before, that it's struggling to swim and survive. And those aggressive rainbow trout usually cannot help themselves. Let's see if it works. Oh, that was a fish. Hit it on the fall hard. Now what I'm doing, guys, is I'm kind of just reeling this thing back to me and then just letting it fall like 10-15 feet down towards the bottom. I can really get a good reactionary bite out of some fish that have, one, already been hooked, or two, trying to find fish at the different depths. So you reel it past them, get it up to the surface, and then drop it all the way back down to the bottom and give them a chance to swoop it up. Well, that's all the time we have. That's a full 30 minutes. And once again, the Kastmaster reigns champion. And again, a very dominant performance by the old Kastmaster. So we're gonna keep this trend going. And on the next video, it'll be Kastmaster versus ? Until next time, everybody, thank you all so much for joining us for this challenge. You all stay fishy. We'll see you out there.